JF Stretford, Paddock, Villarreal 0, Manchester United 2. We're through to the knockout stages of the Champions League. Ste Howson is with me. It's easy, that, isn't it? Hey, football and that. What's the issue? Beating Villarreal.
We made it look easy. I don't know if we've said that this season. Maybe against Leeds. Leeds and Newcastle.
Newcastle for a bit.
Yeah, and then we retired that phrase. Aren't we supposed to concede, come from behind, last minute winner? None of that. No, it was like quite straightforward.
It wasn't the greatest first half, and I think we can almost.
Boring.
Yeah,
that's all right.
Yeah,
it was like.
It was graft watching that first half. Second half though, the obvious sort of standout was Jadon Sancho, not just for his goal but for his play. What did you make of his performance?
I thought he was good in the first half as well as the second half, to be honest. He looked bright. He looked like he was getting on the ball. He looked like he was trying to get in there. There was a ball he played for Donny van der Beek at one point. You go, I don't know how you played that through there. I don't know, one, how you saw it, two, how you got it through. So, yeah, it was nice to see. You think Europe, because he's shone in the Champions League before, you think Europe was where he was going to have that sort of impact somewhere. So it was good to see. It was good to see that, United, despite having a horrendous season where we've had to get rid of the manager, top of the group, qualified for the next round. Everything's kind of going to plan-ish, despite the aforementioned last-minute winners and mad comebacks that we've had. We are actually progressing nicely in the Champions League. We've got a hell of a lot of work to do before we come up against any of the big boys in the next rounds. But I do think, that's a nice little... I thought Michael Carrick's face at the end of there just looked like relief. Just like, thank Christ I didn't balls this up. See you all on Saturday.
What did you make of it defensively? Because clean sheets, not exactly in abundance, are they, at Manchester United at the minute? Got one tonight. What did you make of the defensive performance?
There was a few people that I just done my live, and there was a few people in the chat sort of talking about McTominay's sort of sliding into defence as a six. That's something you see across football at all levels, to be honest. And maybe there's not been so much of that, or it's not been as noticeable United doing that when it's been Fred that's kind of playing in the six, or when we've played two sixes, you don't necessarily really do that. But when you have a single pivot, that is something that a number six tends to do. As your fullbacks and left or right centre half push out to the wing, especially if one of them gets beat, sliding into the back line to bolster it, if you like, is something that you train, you drill, and it's quite a common thing. So it was interesting. I spotted it. It was interesting that a load of other people had kind of spotted that McTominay was sort of dropping into those kind of areas, shoring up the defence a little bit. Is that why we didn't concede tonight? Not necessarily, because I think David De Gea looked like a fella that we used to have called David De Gea. Weird that. And I think he had a lot to do with it. I thought he had a good game. But ultimately, you can go away and you go, lads, we've just scored 2 against a team that's really tricky to play against. Not in great form, admittedly, but they are tricky to play against. You've scored 2. You kept a clean sheet. You bored the piss out of everyone for 45 minutes, but then maybe the fitness and that shone in the second half. Good use of his substitutions, I think it would be fair to say, and we're off and running.
I'll get on to Carrick in a minute. This Cristiano Ronaldo fella, I don't know much about him. What have you made of him since he's come here?
Is there someone saying he's about to break another record for goals? Jesus Christ.
Yeah, I think there's some sort of record he's done for the most consecutive goals for an English team in the Champions League knockout or something tonight. There's one that's gone.
Are we keeping it running from last time he was here as
well? Yeah. It does seem, I think it's 799 goals or something now.
You know what happened is, he was sitting on the team coach and someone said, listen, if we lose this, we're going to be in the Europa League. And he turned around and was like, the fucking what now? And someone played him the first bar of the theme tune, because he never heard it. I don't know if you knew that. He's never heard the Europa League theme tune. He heard it, and he went, no, we're not doing that.
Did he have to ask, did he have to Google what the Europa was?
Of course he did. When's he heard it? He ain't heard it.
What's the
what?
What?
Do you think he does on a Thursday night? It's not watching the Europa League, is it? Seeing what Gdansk are up to. You know what I mean? He's doing sit-ups or some shit. Like,
it is. It reminds me of it.
Thursday night sit-up night in a Ronaldo house. I think you'll find. It's not watching fucking shit football from Eastern Europe night. I'll have you know.
Neither are we now. It reminds me of Last Dance where Michael Jordan was talking about his new coach and he said, "Don't worry, I'm not going to let you lose your first game." It's like being that good, but you can just go, "We're not going in Europa."
Yeah,
not doing that. Michael Carrick. It's a silly question, but I will ask you anyway. Are there any roads or any paths for him longer than a few games?
No. And there shouldn't be. And Jesus Christ, if United, it might be Matt Busby reincarnated. Let's just not take the risk. Yeah. I think you go and get a seasoned manager in, someone with their identity that fits what we want to be. and let's work together on achieving whatever it is that guy wants. What Michael Carrick needs to concentrate on is, this is an audition for the job you're about to go get. So audition for it. And then bow out gracefully, hopefully after a shitload of wins and some surprising victories against the likes of Chelsea on Saturday. That'd be fantastic. Show people what you're about, have it turned around just in 3-4 weeks, whatever it ends up being. Say, nice one, see you all in a bit.
Nice one. See you all in a bit. There you go. You've heard it from Ste Howson. Don't forget to hit like, share and subscribe. Let's get to 700,000 subscribers by the end of the season, when who knows, maybe it'll be Champions League number 4 at the end of the season. Right, all right, that says enough about that. This has been Stretford Paddock. Thanks for watching.